Mickey made it. Mickey made it. What you made, Mickey?
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. And it's a preppy streetwear brand I'm just trying to grow with my community. Okay, I wanted to give you the latest updates on this whole Diddy situation and just show you guys the dynamics between what's going on and how deep this thing really extends. Now, when we get into the Diddy situation, like I told you guys on today's morning show, there's a lot of other things and a lot of other people included celebrities that they have in this case, but we are receiving the information, I would say like a week behind. And some people are getting confused, and we're hearing a lot of talks now, you know, how could a parent allow their 9-year-old this and that? Well, these are the type of situations that has been going on, people. And usually, like, we can go back to the R. Kelly situation. A lot of the families and of the victims he abused, they were coming from low-income housing and low-income areas where the money was needed. And when you're in a circumstance like that, that kind of makes bad parents close their eyes or turn around to the fact what's going on. And they were also getting paid off, we heard. So these are the reasons why those questions that these people are asking have already been answered in many cases before. What we're dealing with, the facts of today, is that there's a 9-year-old and they have 25 minors that's involved in this case. And this is probably the reason why some of those tapes weren't seen yet and they weren't altered yet. There's editing and a lot of things that has to be done to these tapes because of the people in them. If they're minors, you're not going to be able to see that. You might get screenshots of it, and there are more celebrities involved in this. So what we're going to go through right now is Tony Busby explaining some of the evidence that they have and some of the evidence that's going to be released coming in these up and coming weeks. So let's just jump right into it, see what's going on.
Let's remember, we're talking about allegations. We're going to file a public filing where the allegation is going to be that a 9-year-old child was sexually assaulted allegedly by Sean Combs and several others. This young man now is very compelling, incredibly believable, and his story is corroborated by his parents. And that will be one of the cases that will be filed. But of the 120, there are 25 that were minors at the time the incidents occurred.
Are those minors all adults now?
Yes.
They're all adults now.
Okay, so now what we're hearing is that the minors, they're adults at this point. So that just goes to show you that a lot of people held in a lot of this. And so it's not going to be just, you know, everybody just so quick to run to the police station, because as we're seeing, there's some people we're hearing that ran to the police station and made you know, these claims, and it still didn't amount to anything because of the power that he had.
And if he is filing this lawsuit, will it also lead to possible criminal prosecution?
I hope so.
Will you turn over information?
We're going to make any client that and, you know, each of them, just their testimony alone is evidence. But any client that is willing, I'm going to encourage them to speak to the authorities.
You mentioned you're going to name names in these lawsuits. Will there be celebrity names?
I expect so, yes.
As of now, do you have celebrity names?
I do.
They already got the name.
You also have corporations.
I do.
And those
what will be the reaction, you believe, when these names come out?
I think people are going to be shocked. And I think people already are suspecting some of the names that you might see. I think some of them will be shocking, though. And, you know, let's not forget that a lot of these parties, whether it be after parties, white parties, whatever the parties were, these were well known. A lot of people really were jockeying to go to these parties. These were parties where a lot of well-known people attended. And you know, so there's venues involved, hotels involved. I think that there will be individuals who had parties at their residences, people that you will know. People that attended the parties that watched some of this behavior occur and stood by and let it happen. when it happened again and never said a word about it, and in fact hushed it. There's a real culture of silence surrounding all of this. You know, when I said that this was the most well-known secret in the industry, you know, the general public didn't know it was happening, but I think many people within the entertainment industry were aware of some of the things that were going on, or had heard rumors, or had been in the presence of some of this conduct.
That's a fact.
Facts.
So, you know, as far as the reaction, you know, I already believe that people are looking closely at their own social media, scrubbing their social media, probably looking at their data on their phones, likely searching their memories. I bet there are a lot of very nervous people who know things that will eventually be part of the public sphere.
So in other words, what they're saying is, just because us as the public didn't know, doesn't mean that people in the industry, men and women, knew what was going on. Some of them were even there to see and witness what was going on and still kept their mouth shut. So all of these people, they have been in contact with these people, and those celebrities already know that they're part of this case. It's crazy. I did want to bring this also to you guys. One thing that people are missing out to, and I just seen it for myself, if you guys can remember, a bodyguard that I thought, I never knew that he was bodyguarding for Diddy. I knew he was once a bodyguard for Dipset and Cameron, but I'm not sure how he got himself involved. We're going to take a look at this bodyguard they're saying that's involved in this situation. And yeah, one of the females that are sexually abused remembered. So it's very hard to say that the people in there that knew about it wasn't participating in it, and that's what we're at this point. So let me give you guys a little look at that, and we're gonna see, you know, how the bodyguard, how he explains it, and he looks very nervous, man. It is absolutely crazy. One sec, let's get it. Exclusive. Here's the bodyguard, Big Joe, speaking in an interview.
Restrictions on this interview, no questions off limits. Joe Sherman says he doesn't doubt the alleged victim's claims. He just says he wasn't involved. Sean Combs remains locked up on federal charges that include sex trafficking.
In the defense of anybody, but when those FBI agents asked that girl, then they laid out those pictures of all of the bodyguards Puffy or Diddy, whatever you want to call him, had, and they laid those pictures out. And they said, do you see any of the bodyguards that participated at that party in any of these pictures? And she looked down and she said, him, that guy was there. It's hard to say, and it's hard.
You can call me that.
Okay, real brief. Anybody can throw a birthday party. But what people don't understand is, when it comes to the feds, they get into your bank account and they like to get into everything that draws that income. If he doesn't have a substantial job or some kind of paperwork saying how he had enough to fund this type of party, living that type of lifestyle as a bodyguard, because it's not every day we see bodyguards just celebrating all over the place on yachts and things. So if he was getting this money funded from Diddy or whoever, they probably have ties in all of that before we even could get a chance. So them bringing this part of it up, and she's saying, you know, this partying and this and that, this is definitely going to be added to the case, and we don't know what part of the case, of what part of the picture this Instagram post plays in this whole mess.
But I never disrespected or seen this woman in my life. Come on. It's a money grab because they told you it's a money grab. And she know that what she did to me destroyed my family, destroyed my livelihood. I can't get a job.
Sherman's legal team says they plan on filing a counterclaim in the near future that will likely include defamation. Combs' attorneys have not yet responded to the lawsuit.
Okay, some things I could say about this whole Diddy situation. Now, when it comes to like bodyguards and things like that, the people that participated, that knew what was going on, it's just like if gangs get picked up in the RICO and, you know, one person goes out there and commits a crime and it's a a crime that it's probably murder or something like that, and then they come back and they pick the whole crew of people up because they're counting it like an organization, and that's how they're looking at this whole sex trafficking. And when it comes down to that, it means all parties involved that have seen, heard, or even been around these types of situations will be involved in the court. It's not to say that they're going to be imprisoned or put in prison for the rest of their life, but it's just to say that they will be present in court when it comes down to the time to get everything together and the evidence is in and they feel like they have substantial amount. That's when you're going to see a lot of these celebrities, a lot of people that were involved. They're going to be in that courtroom no matter what. We might not be able to see it, but there'll definitely be people, you know, taking pictures and, you know, keeping us in tune of what's going on. So you guys let me know down below in the comment section. How do you feel up to this point? Do you feel like there's any hope for Diddy, or do you feel like some people are taking it too far? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can when I read the comments, okay? Till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe.